Hello and welcome back to another video on my channel. Now I've sort of seen a few people say like, Dean, look at the current Algeria squad, sort of pick your squad for the next AFCON. I'd like to do that. I think it'll be fun, but that AFCON's quite far away. So what I'm going to do today is I'm going to look at the 25-man squad that was selected most recently for the 2 World Cup games against Cameroon. We're going to make a tier list out of them and sort of go through that 25-man squad and sort of pick who should still be here going forwards, who shouldn't be, and who's in the middle, and so on and so forth. So drop a like if you're looking forward to this. And I just want to say Eid Mubarak to everybody celebrating Eid at the end of Ramadan. Well done everyone on your fasting. So Eid Mubarak. Let's look at my tier list. So I've got starting XI, subs and bench, squad depth, which is sort of on the edge of being in the squad and out the squad, no thanks, or just retire, don't be here. So let's start off with goalkeepers. So Isamandi, what is he now, 36? I still think Mbulhi has one more AFCON in him. So I'm willing to still have Isamandi in the starting XI. I'd be happy to do that. So Isamandi is going to go into the starting XI for me. Alexander Okija, well, he barely gets to play, does he? But again, I still think he could be fairly useful on the bench. So I'm going to have Okija on the bench. I do think we start to need to look at some emerging goalkeepers, because all of these goalkeepers here are over 30. I mean, even Zugba. But I don't think Zugba's ever going to play. Again, I'll be shocked if he does, but for me, no thanks, Mustafa Zugba. So that's how I do the 3 goalkeepers. And into the defence, Isamandi. Few reports actually that Mandy might even retire, but we need to keep Mandy big time. So Isamandi will stay in the starting XI for me. Benyada, he was one of the players really crying quite a lot at the end of the game. I do like Benyada, but I don't know if he is good enough to sort of, you know, to start going forward. But I definitely have him in that squad, sort of on the subs bench area. Next one is Jamal Ben Lammery. Again, going forwards, I'm not sure if Ben Lammery is a guy that you want starting. I'd prefer to have Tuba in the starting XI. So Ben Lammery's got a mistake in him. It might be a bit controversial. I'm moving Ben Lammery on the sort of subs bench area, guys. That's the way I see it. Mehdi Tahrat, well, this is quite contrasting, Mehdi Tahrat. Yeah, just retire, mate. No, just retire. There's no point, brother. I'm sorry. Next up, we're going to have... This is Wafi, the defender that plays in Tunisia, that did not play. I mean, there's not really much point of him, is there? Just still, he's not that old, but no thank you. Abdelkader Badarain, again. I mean, Badarain, I watched Badarain in CAF Champions League recently against Steph, and he made the mistake that led to Jabu's goal. And I think we should be bringing in the likes of Tuba, the likes of Tugay, who went to the Arab Cup. So for me, Badarain is only going to be for the squad depth if we need him. Yusuf Atal, when fit, is very good. So I'd still have Yusuf Atal in that starting XI for me, but actually in his position at right back or right wing back, not at left back, please. Next up, Tuba. I think Tuba has to start now. I think Tuba, after what he did coming on, I think Tuba was fantastic. So for me, Tuba has to start, and the same can be said for Rami Bensebaini. So look, you can pretty much see your starting keeper and back 4 for me there now. You've got Mbulhi, Mandy, Atal, Tuba and Bensebaini. I think Tuba now, he can play centre-back, he can play left-back, just like Rami Bensebaini can. He's versatile. And then you sort of got Badarain and Ben Lammery on the bench as backups if you need them. So that's what I'd sort of look at defensive-wise. Ramiz Zaruki. I think he's going to be a good player. I don't think, a lot of people debate about Zaruki. I don't think we've seen the best of Zaruki yet. So I'm going to keep Zaruki in the starting XI for now. And as for this guy, Bendubka, 29. Bendubka, very good in that Arab Cup midfield. Scored at AFCON our only goal. But for me, you're not going to win tournaments. You're not going to get to World Cups with Ben Dubka, with respect. He's not part of the future, but he's not a no thanks. So for me, Ben Dubka is still part of the squad depth. There's still a place for him if need be. Hisham Badawi is an interesting one. I think Badawi is good enough to be in the starting XI, but again, at the moment, I'd keep Badawi on the bench. I think on the bench for me, Badawi, in terms of where he is right now. I think Zaruki's obviously got ahead of him in the pecking order. Zaruki's got a lot more game time, but Badawi could certainly, and he's only young, he's going to be around for a few years. He'll get his AFCON, he'll get his time to shine, he will get his opportunity. But being on the subs bench area, it's not bad for Badawi at the moment. Adeline Gudiora, as much as he was amazing at that AFCON, I think we can all agree it is time for him to retire. Thanks for the memories, Adeline, but it's time to say goodbye. Ismail Benassa, do I even need to debate this? He will be pretty much in that starting XI and hopefully the captain one day. Sofian Feghouli, 32, you'll be 33 in December, so he'd be 33 at the next AFCON. Sort of not starting as much at club level now. Galatasaray closer to the bottom of the table than the top of the table, and I think he'll probably leave there in the summer. But I don't think it's time, like Mbolhi, I don't think it's time for him to retire yet. I don't know. I think Feghouli at 32, 33, there's still, you know, even just for him to mentor the players, but you saw in the Cameroon games how much we missed Feghouli. But for me, right now, I would, this is tough. I would say right now, subs and bench. He should be there in the squad, but not starting. This guy obviously will be starting, Riyad Mahrez. He goes in there. Now, the next one's interesting. It's Ben Rahma, and I've got Belmadi next to him. There's a lot of debate because obviously they play pretty much in that same left wing position. However, do I put Ben Rahma in the starting XI? I actually think Ben Rahma, there's a lot of players that Belmadi hasn't given enough opportunities to. And one of those is Saeed. I want to see, again, controversial, but it's my opinion, guys. Let me know your opinions in the comments down below. I'll have Ben Rahma starting. Now, does that mean I'm now going to have to bench Belmadi? Because there's got to be a way to fit Belmadi and Ben Rahma in the same team. There's got to be a way. Where's Belmadi gone? He's gone, no, don't retire. No, don't retire, mate. Please don't retire. Belmadi goes in there. Yeah. I think if Belmadi cracks this system with Mbolhi, and this is, by the way, remember, this is just based off the 25 players he picked for the World Cup squad. To get Rais, Mandi, Artal, and then Tuba, Ben Sabeni, Zaruki, Benassa, with Mahrez, Ben Rahma, and Belmadi. Now, we saw it in the Ivory Coast game, but that's a completely different environment. The pitch was awful. Ben Rahma got hauled off after 45 minutes. Didn't get to see much of him. There was a lot of pressure on him. And then I think if they can be a front three, that'd be fantastic. Belfodil, 29. Not that many goals in the Bundesliga. I'm not sure. I wasn't that impressed in the two Cameroon games. I think for me, Belfodil will have to be a no thanks. A no thanks for me. Because I just can't see how he fits in this team. I don't see it. I mean, Bouna Jack can't even get in the squad. So for me, Belfodil is a no thanks. Islam Slimani, as of right now, is not playing club football. But Slimani, he's going to have to start. Because unless Delors comes back, unless Andy Delors comes back, then who's going to, like, play up front? I'm not too sure. Rasheed Gazelle most certainly still has a place on the bench for me. I think Rasheed Gazelle is a very underrated Algerian footballer. I've seen good things. Every time he puts on the Algeria shirt, he tends to do quite well. So for me, Gazelle goes in there. I think the Belfodil might be a bit harsh. I think maybe he could go into squad depth. I think he's sort of on the border between squad depth and no thanks, but I'm not too sure. So I don't know, maybe I'll put Belfodil in squad depth and I'll put Ben Yedder again. I just think that I haven't really seen that much from Ben Yedder, and I think at 32 I'd rather have, like, Bouna Jack and Ben Yedder are very similar. So if you're not going to pick Bouna Jack, why are you going to pick Ben Yedder? I think obviously you've got players that are not here. Delors is a big one for me, but I can't see it happening with Belmadi. I think people like Adamu Nurse, Amora again, Ben Bouali. I think these sorts of guys you could see come into the fold. So that's my tier list based on the squad that went to the Cameroon World Cup qualifiers home and away. So let me know what your thoughts are on the tier list in the comments down below. Like I said, it's just the 25 players in the last squad. That's why they're all here. Let me know if you agree or disagree with my choices. Thanks for watching. Subscribe for more, and I'll see you next time.